Hey everybody, this is MUHerd37 from the future. Now since I've been recording Microsoft Flight Simulator videos with AirHauler 2, I've been recording in 5120 by 1440, which is obviously the resolution of my monitor because it's a super ultra wide monitor. However, I know that when you all are watching these videos on YouTube, that kind of resolution can make it look a little odd for you all with the big black bars. So to get around this, I have cut down my resolution down to 2560 by 1440. So I went into Microsoft Flight Simulator and switched it down to 2560 by 1440, so it's half as wide. Now when I did that, I also switched the way in which I was recording. So I've been recording everything using OBS, and I was just using what's called display capture. And with that, it just basically records everything that you see on your display. Now using the new resolution, it didn't make any sense to go ahead and keep on using display capture because now the video is only taking up half the screen, so it really doesn't make any sense. So I started recording in what's known as window capture. And that's what you all are seeing right now. Now I had been recording like this for 3 videos. Then I came over and tried to edit this video and I noticed something very odd was going on. I was talking about stuff on the screen, however, the stuff on the screen wasn't actually on the screen. Now this problem only happens in AirHauler 2 when I'm using window capture. So apparently when something pops up on the screen in AirHauler 2, like a different window, it actually does not get recorded. Like right now, there's actually a pop-up that says no passenger aircraft that's on the screen. However, you all can't see it because it's in window capture. Now, if I bring this over to display capture, like that, you can see this pop up right here, no passenger aircraft. But when I was in window capture, you actually could not see it. Like, I'll go over here to company info. It does this on several things. So I go over here to load the cargo, unload the cargo, and everything like that. You can see it. However, if I go back to window mode, you all can't see it. It's just not on the screen. It doesn't get recorded. And for those next three videos, I had no idea that this was happening. So it happens like buying commodities, setting up the plane for the flight and the after flight report. It was all, I was talking about this stuff on the screen, but for you all, it wasn't on the screen. It did not get recorded. So it's just an odd situation. So I apologize for that. It happened for 3 videos. I had no idea this was going on. So just know I've kind of tried to change the way I record after that. I use display capture when setting up using AirHauler 2, and then I go back to window mode when I'm just using AirHauler 2. When I'm flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I just wanted to let you all know that, and with that, we can get back on to the video. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of AirHauler 2 with me, MUHerd37. So very quickly, hopefully this video looks different. So I've been recording, I have a super ultra wide monitor, so I've been recording in 5120 by 1440. Now for me it looks great because 5120 uses the whole width of my monitor and it looks fantastic. Especially like in a cockpit, I have such a wide field of view. But I know when you all see it, since you probably have like 16 by 9 monitors, it looks small. In one of the videos, someone commented said it looked too many because the huge black bars on the top and the bottom due to the resolution. So I'm trying to give you all a little bit better of a view here. So I have gone down and I have cut my resolution in the width to half. So it's now 2560 by 1440. So hopefully that looks a little bit better for you all. It's not quite as good as me because I'm only using half the width of my monitor, but if it does a lot better for you all, that's okay with me because when I'm just flying on my own, I can always up the resolution back and it'll be just fine. So hopefully it looks better. And just drop a comment if you like this view better, or if you'd rather, if I could go back to the other way. But so this might look, I'll probably have this resolution for several videos because I usually record several before anything gets posted. So just drop a comment and tell me what you think about the view. Hey, now for this episode, we are over here in Huntington, West Virginia, KHTS. And as you can see, there are no jobs really in my area. I'd really have to go back over to Charleston, our base, to pick up a good paying job. So I was looking around commodities. I think we did commodities last time, and I found something that pays massive here. Toys and games. So down here in Huntington, look at this up here in Columbus, Ohio. John Glenn, Kilo Charlie Mike Hotel. They're paying an extra $27. It's basically $27 per toy, even though it kind of goes by pounds. So 27, a profit of 27 for everyone that we can get in the plane. So that just pays a massive amount. So we've got to do that. So let's go over here and let's get the plane set up. So it's been burning a lot more fuel than what it should, or what air hauler thinks it will. So if you look over here, I believe it's like 99 miles. I'll fly this over here. Kilo Charlie Mike Hotel. And so it's right at 99 miles. So I'm going to go ahead and load this up with fuel. Now if I load this to 50%, which I believe, so you can get 56, so it'll be 28 gallons. Right? So 28 gallons down here. And that gives us a capacity of 697 pounds, so basically 697 toys and games. And that gives us a range of 434. So we should be able to easily make that. And we can hold 697. So 697. I'm going to put that over on a calculator. Actually, you all can't see that because it's on the other side of the screen. So that's kind of funny for me. Go ahead and load that. All right, so let's go back over here to the commodities. So 87. Tag on. Let's go ahead and buy. Hopefully we can buy this. They're $87 a piece. So if I buy 6, what is max? Yeah, 697. So it did that. Great. So it's going to cost us 60 grand. I believe we do have that. We're going to throw that in the plane. So commodities purchased. Now let me click on that again. So we're making 27. So 697 times 27 gives us a profit of $25,789. That is an insane amount of money for one flight. So you should make a ton of money on this. All right, so let's go back over to our plane right here. We should have everything loaded. Yep, there's our 697 pounds of, or 697 units, I guess you should say, of toys and games. 28 gallons. Let's go ahead and set this up. So fly ourselves. Kilo Charlie Mike Hotel in Columbus, that we had just looked at. So we got our 28 gallons. All right, so we're gonna do a VFR flight. Now we're actually going going northwest, so we're gonna be on the evens actually. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go to 65. Hopefully that's not too high. Our plane always seems a little underpowered. We can just use a random time on this. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna make it that makes it about noon. That's usually when I like to take off. So last position. All right, let's go over to Microsoft Flight Simulator. All right, everybody, here we have our little flight plan set up. So I've actually got us. I hate how this Microsoft Flight Simulator works. So we're over here at our parking ramp. That is ramp 2. We'll be taking up on runway 30. That is a heading of 298 degrees. And we'll zoom out here. We're actually flying up to a waypoint of weeks. Over here, WEEKZ, as you can see right there. And then that will allow us our approach into, we're going to fly into 28 right because it's a little bit shorter of a runway. So I thought, we'll allow the big planes on the big runway here. So we're going to land on 28 right. That is a heading of 281 degrees. There's an ILS. It is 109.1. Airport elevation is about 815 feet. So like I said, we're flying over here to Weeks. And at Weeks, we need to be at about 2,300 feet. And so we've actually got one probably coming in right now. And it is going to be horrible flight conditions probably. In Huntington, I know it's raining, and I believe in Columbus it's probably also raining as well. So with that, we can go ahead and move on over to our plane. All right, everybody, here we are at the plane. And crappy weather. Yeah, walks around. That sucks to be that guy. This will be our first flight in not perfect weather. So hopefully it's pretty fun. Hopefully we don't have too many challenges ahead. But I kind of like it, man. Kind of flying crappy weather. I like it. Alright, so let's go ahead. We'll get her started up. I'm going to go ahead and turn the battery on. As that starts up, our fuel selector is in both tanks. Fuel shutoff is pushed in. So let's go ahead and turn on our beacon and nav. We're going to give her just a little bit here on the throttle. Oh, I had to let go of the mouse. There we go. So we'll go ahead and prime the engine. So fuel pump comes on. We're going to push this in. You did see we got a little bit of fuel flow.
TOS system test.
So that's good.
Okay.
Fuel pump can come off. That can go back in. Have just a little bit of throttle there. Let's go ahead and see if we get her started up. Push that in. And we're below 1,000 RPMs, so that's pretty good right there. Go ahead and turn our avionics on. I've got to close that. Alright, I'm going to get this off because I hate that. Not over here. I wish I could just make that go over there. How does the window keep coming up on me? Doesn't matter. So we've got that off. So let's go ahead and set some things up on the ground here. So our runway heading for runway 30 is 298 degrees. Let's go ahead and get that set to 298. Oh, there we go. So we're going to be flying up to our cruising altitude is 6,500. So I've already got that set. So yeah, over to GPS. And that should be good for right now. Taxi light. Alright, brakes should be off. So let's go ahead and taxi on over to the runway. Make sure I've got my brakes off. There we go. Alright, Air Hauler 2 has got us picked up. Go ahead and set the flaps. Alright, go back on the throttle a little bit. We're going pretty fast. But it takes a good bit of power to get her moving. Now, I remember Huntington confused me last time when we taxied in. It seems like this is the taxi line, but you've got the lights and crap on here. So I can't remember. Yeah, this guy's gonna hit me. That's cool. That's cool, bro. Although I think that there might be a taxiway to our right. I can't remember if there's a taxiway and then the runway, or if it's just the runway. Let's actually hop out real quick. Just stop right here. Let's actually look. If I can remember how to use this. Yeah, so I mean that is the runway right there, so we can't. I mean, this guy's in our taxiway. There's nothing I can do about it either. It's like FSX days, man. People just in the way. Although at Huntington, I don't know if they taxi on the runway or not, because there's not very many flights coming out of there. Because I remember a comment about that way back in the day on another video, not on mine. People talking about how they flew down and then they kind of taxied back, but there's cutoffs to get off the runway, so it shouldn't be actually true. So I'm a little bit confused. Slow her down again. Like I say, it takes a good bit of throttle to get her going. But we do have a heavy plane. So I'm a little confused about the lights. Now, they've moved the lights out of the way here. And we could get on the runway here, but I want to go all the way down. We should get out off the ground easily, but I do want to use a good portion of the runway. I mean, the last time we were full flying out of Charleston over there at Jaeger, but just in case, we'll go on down. And while I'm thinking of it, let's move this range up. There it's like 5 miles. 10, 15, and we'll get 20. That's been throwing me off when we come into airports, man. It's been throwing me off big time. Because it looks like you should be a certain distance away, and no, you're a lot further away than it looks. Maybe I shouldn't say a lot further away, but it's not as close as you think. Get off the throttle here. We'll slow her down and stop here short of runway 30. Alright, so let's look down here. Get this off. All the way in. We have our flap set. Transponder. Go on. And we'll go ahead and landing lights and strobe coming on. And let's go ahead and take the runway. I didn't see anyone as we were taxiing down. So we should be good. Reset my view. There we go. And we'll do a rolling takeoff. No need to stop. We do have some planes in the area. Alright. We're off to the left a little bit. Go. See, really, we could have gotten on the runway down there, but that's alright. Better safe than sorry. Let her get a little squirrely, man. Trying to get up that speed up. Let's go ahead and rotate. I let her get a little extra speed there because I was a little worried just since we're so heavy. And the visibility is going to be absolutely horrible. Right at 80 knots. We'll bring the nose down. We're climbing a little bit high. A little bit fast. Go ahead and retract the flaps as well. Or she getting squirrely on me. See a plane out there in the distance, man. Is he's coming in to land right here, bro? My goodness.
500.
I don't know why he's coming in from that direction. Flight Simulator's got it to take off on runway 30, so that's kind of odd. I used their weather to determine where which runway to take off on. Alright, flight director. Man, I cannot hardly see that. Autopilot coming on. Nav. Vertical speed. Let's see. Bring that nose up. Climb at 500 feet a minute. That should be good for right now. Hopefully we should be able to do that. I like to climb a lot of times at 700 feet a minute. So we were getting off course, but we had a plane coming in, so I tried to avoid them a little bit. Usually try to fly at 700 feet a minute, but at a full plane, we'll decrease it a little bit. Let's So we're about 96.7 nautical miles out. See, I always thought it used to tell us the time as well, but it does not. Oh, and I didn't realize, with this version of the plane, we have the old plane with just the regular gauges, and man, I wish I had known that, how to use that. Although I think you could probably use the ones with the gauges, and Air Hauler 2 would not know the difference. Because, I mean, the G1000 is alright, but I really like the old style with the gauges, man. Yeah, visibility quite poor. That's one thing about, man, being up at 6,500 feet. We're gonna put ourselves right in the freaking clouds. Like in real life, you probably would not be flying today. Well, we've got toys and games to deliver, man. What about the kids? Alright, we're right at about 93, 94 knots. Might have to decrease our climb speed here in a little bit. I mean, I've been trying to mess with also the condition lever and trying to get, with our EGT, exhaust gas temperature, getting it correctly, but I don't know if it's modeled correctly. And also, in FSX, if you would move it out, it would tell you what percentage it's at, and on this, it doesn't tell you that percentage. You might be able to go onto the tooltips or something that might tell you, but I hate when it brings up and tells you what everything is. I just would like to be able to tell what percent it is. That would help a lot. But also, if it's not modeled correctly to work, then it doesn't really matter now, does it? About 97 knots, 2,900 feet. Yeah, we're about to be right in the clouds, man. The weather is modeled so nice in Flight Simulator. Freaking fantastic. Although I saw a post on another website, and it looks like it's true. When you have all the clouds and everything, but your wings are never obstructed. Notice how everything is so cloudy, but you'll always see your wings, even in the big airliners. You could be right in the middle of the clouds, you'll still be able to see your wings. Of course, in an airliner, it's way further out. But you can always see the wings, which that's kind of odd. I wish they wouldn't have pointed that out. Maybe I wouldn't have ever thought about that. Alright, but we're about 91 miles out. So I'm going to go ahead and speed her on up, everybody. And we'll be back in just a little bit. Alright everybody, I have slowed it down. We're going down, obviously down to 2,300 feet. Got about 300 feet to go. We are 4.2 miles out, nautical miles out, from Weeks, our waypoint right here. As you can see, the wind, man, has been pretty brutal. It's been pushing us back like the whole flight over to the right, towards the east. Not a huge problem. Actually gets us closer to the waypoint. Although it's kind of skewed on how it's going to turn left. So the ILS frequency is 109.1. We should have that tuned in. The heading of the runway, like I say, is 281 degrees. That's 28 right. And we're coming up on 2,300. Got about 150 feet to go. Reset my altimeter. There we go. And the exhaust gas temperature has been moving. I don't think it's really modeled correctly because it's so low, and I had it maybe up to the NOAA at the most. I had to keep adjusting the throttle and everything. When we speed up, we wanted to drop our speed and then speed it way up and everything. I was like, yeah, I better fix this. So I'm not sure if that is the airport or not. There's 28 left, there's 28 right. I'm going to go ahead and set our heading to 281. Got a lot of things to do here. This thing, you might want to turn us. Heading mode. Go ahead and turn it. Turn that over to nav. Glide slope is a little bit below us. We need to slow down. Way down. Make sure I did hit nav. Approach low, but we're not gonna. It's probably not gonna work for us because we're a little too low. Or sorry, too high. I'm not too worried about that. Let's go ahead and turn autopilot off. Oh. Alright. Got the controls back. And we have descended a little bit too low. Things are feeling extremely quick. Should have the simulation rate correct, but man, it is all over the place. Just the slightest bit of movement on the stick is making this thing do crazy things. Alright, we got 1 notch of flaps out. Two notches of flaps out. It's taking a lot to try and keep her steady, man.
500.
Slightly high. That's alright. I'm a little worried about her speed. Whoa, 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 whoa.
500.
I was worried about her speed so I could on the trim and bad things. Alright, we are at full flaps now. Still got that wind pushing us over to the right. We're looking pretty good for the time being. Getting a little left. Slightly low. I never got my altitude set back in case we have to go around. That's alright. Getting a
Minimums.
little slow here. Hit the mic and overcorrected a little bit there. Getting high. Wow, this thing is all over the place. Coming in high. Off to the right. Trying to fight her, man. Jiminy Christmas. There's a good chance this will not be as good of a landing as we've had.
100.
We're going to go a little long because I'm going to keep on the throttle. Fly her a little more down to the runway
50.
for control.
40. 30. 20. 10.
Alright. We're off. On the brakes, man, we're going straight left. Not sure how that one was going to turn out. Kind of were floating at the end, but I was like, man, we've got to, our speed, we have to be coming down. I'm not sure really how that was going to turn out. Man, we were fighting that the whole way. All right, I'm not sure where we should go here. Let's go ahead and come to a stop. And when we shall decide. All right, let's take a look outside. So we got the jets over here. So those look more like vehicles. I'm not really sure where we should go. Kind of almost thinking we'll just go over with the jets. But I'm not sure how appropriate that is. I mean, it's not appropriate at all. So let's go ahead and turn our landing lights off and our strobe lights off. Taxi light is still on. Let's go down here, back down here. How is the flight director still on? I thought I had turned that off. Transponder. Standby. Trying to get back in the habit of setting the plane up correctly. Come on, plane. She's just struggling. I thought there was some parking on the backside of this. The backside of that building. Because I thought about actually taking 28 left. That's where it originally wanted us to take it, but it's such a long runway. It's kind of like, I mean, this is a long runway too. I think it's 8,000 feet. The other one's, I think, 10,000 feet. I would have put us a little closer to some more parking, but I'm not even sure if that was like general aviation or what. This is obviously, because you'd think with the longer runway, the airlines would be on the other side because it'd be closer. Yeah, we're not going all the way over. Look how far that extends. There's more planes out there. I mean, I don't want to pull up to that. My brain's like, go to that jetway, go to that jetway. It's open, but that would be a little ridiculous. We're getting a little slow here. That would be a little ultra ridiculous. See, I could have gone over to that building over near the tower, parked over there. There may be, like I said, might be cars over there. I'm not really sure. Doesn't really tell me exactly where general aviation is. I suppose an FSX, Microsoft Flight Simulator, that little flight planner, you could have clicked on that. And this is going to be right over here by this plane. Alright, tell you what. Because we really have no idea where the hell we are. Where to park. Let's just park over here. Hell, there's that freaking trees over here. We can't be that much in the way if there's trees. I really don't want to park or taxi clear around the airport. Hell, we're just dropping these off anyway. We'll be in and out in a hurry. We'll say that. Come on. Parking brake. And the taxi light can go off. Let's go ahead and turn our avionics off. And cut the fuel. Switches. And the master. Alright, let's go over to Air Hauler 2 and get ourselves paid. Alright, everybody, here we are in Air Hauler 2. So let's go ahead and get this unloaded. See, overland transport available to KH. Whoop. Yeah, but this is going. Yeah, KCMH. That was kind of worried me there for a second. Commodity sold. I still don't know why it's telling me to go back. I don't want to go back. Bringing them here. All right, so it was a smooth landing. 59-minute flight. Took off at 16:51. Landed at 17:50. Took off with 165.9 pounds of fuel. Landed with 119.8. Max altitude 265.67. Max pitch 6.86. Max roll 26.78. Max speed 119.4 knots. Minimum G's 0.6. Minimum G's exceeded 0. Max G's 1.38. Max G's exceeded 0. Stall false. Overspeed false. No passenger, obviously. Landing description was smooth. Geared on, of course, we have fixed gear. Land on asphalt. No damage to the runway. No damage to the plane. Came down 82.5 feet a minute. Landing speed was 49.8. Sounds like we're going to have to stall here in a second. Landing pitch negative 4.39. Roll 0.9. Heading 269.8. Wind speed 11. 210 was the wind direction. So we shall finish that. We need to come over here. I believe this is the right one. For the company info. We need to look at our finances. So company cash, 104,000. I thought we would have had a lot more than that. Income last 30, 163. Outgoing, 168. That doesn't make sense. So how have we lost $5,000? Unless you count, we're buying the products, but then we're selling them. So I really feel it seems like we've made a pretty good amount of money. I mean, that was, what did I say, 27,000 or something like that? Just on that one. Company info. Let's check on the ledger. So yeah, actually, on the one before that, we actually made more. We made 83. Well, that was the income. So we made 79,000. How is it only 19,000? I thought we were making more than that, actually. But still, 19,000. Plus, how much do we make on that? 12,000. So that's like 31,000. 41,000 total. And what did it say? 41,000. We're down 5,000. Income 163. I'm a little confused, to be quite honest. I guess it's 163 because I'm counting profit and it's counting the overall. It just seems like we should have a lot more money than that. But the monthly overhead is 36 grand, so we should be able to hit that easy. I mean, we got 19,000 off that. I would like to start flying some more. Go back to some cargo jobs, if there are any. There actually is one right here. Man, KCMH, that's gonna be a long flight. Well, I'm at 725. 725. How? Let's see. It pays really good. It's got 2 days left. I'm on my 7 off, so it's really, really nice. That probably isn't that long of a flight over here. If you look, KCMH going back to Charleston, it's a little bit longer, I'm sure. But that's probably a small airport too, huh? WV is at 6.2. Wynwood Fly-In Resort. Oh, that's Davis. That's up over at Canaan Valley. I've been to that airport before. Not flying, but I've seen it with my eyes driving by. We might have to do that. There's Beckley, I'm sure. WCKB? Oh, Clarksburg. That's why. Awesome. So, I might yeah, we might have to do that. We're going to have to do that. But like I say, 725. Let's check our fleet. Ooh, man, we would have to. Ooh. We can go 310 miles. We could take out a little bit of fuel. Ooh, we might have to do that. But we might have to land somewhere in between. Like, go over here to Parkersburg. Might have to land over in Clarksboro, but then we've got such a short way. I'm not sure that we can fly that way. As much fuel as Flight Simulator says, we take a lot more, or use a lot more than what Air Hauler thinks. So I don't know. We'll check it out, though. Hope that's probably going to be our next flight. Anyhow, everybody. Well, wait. What's this? You could position. It's only 14. It's not worth it. All right. Well, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.